Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Annkio Briggs for notifications and updates. Also follow me on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all at Annkio. Very quickly, if all of us recall, earlier on in the week, the fracas started from, I believe, last week on this issue of how our money is spent, the decisions that are made on how this money is going to be spent, why these monies are going to be spent, and at the end of the day, we all know where this money is coming from, and we also know who is getting more and who is getting less. Now, we all watched in amazement, if you actually saw it take place, what went on between the Minister of State for Labor, Festus Keyamo, and the National Assembly over the issue of employment that have been created for the next 3 months or thereabout for 100,000 persons per local government area, in an effect to ease the issue of poverty across Nigeria, whether it's because of COVID-19 or whatever. But we also know that there are so many other payments that have gone on in Nigeria for so-called people that are poor, and we also know very well that most of these times that these monies are dispersed or so-called employments are created, that they go to a particular section of Nigeria more than they come to our section. Now, the information is that each local government, and bearing in mind that we have 36 states, and bearing in mind that out of these 36 states, 19 is in what have been created as North, and we have what is created as the South of Nigeria. Now, I keep saying this. It didn't occur to me before, but it has occurred to me now that that we do not have a situation where we have North and South, East and West in Nigeria. We have North, we have West, and then we have East in Nigeria. And so I don't understand how sometimes we just have North and South, and then sometimes we have not East and West. We don't have South. We will come to that, but I want people to actually think about this, and also if you realize what geography just says, North, South, East, West, and then you must ask yourself that the times that the South is not there within the North, South, East and West, where is the South, and who are the people that are the South? So now, going back to this this argument that is raging, if we have 36 states, the South has 17 and the North has 19, so already they have more than us. When you come down to the states, you have local governments. The functionality of government goes all the way down to local government areas, because it is supposed to be the part where the government reaches all the way down to the ordinary man at the local government level. That is how it is supposed to be. But if it is like that, it's up to you and I to decide. So the fact that we have 774 local governments area. Now, I would ask people to find the facts out for themselves. But if we have 774 local government areas and then we have 419 in the north, then by mathematics it shows that we have 355 in the south. Now the north is 19 states and the south is 17 states. Southeast, south, south, and southwest. The three zones are 355 local government areas. Now, if you are creating jobs, 100,000 jobs per LGA. Please listen attentively. 100,000 jobs you are creating. The Labour government, under the direction and approval of the president and the APC government, have approved that the Ministry of Labour should create, I think for 3 months, 100,000 jobs, where each of those people that get employed through this method are going to be paid 20,000 naira per person. Okay. So if you create 100,000 jobs in 44 local government area, Kano State, because Kano is the largest local government figures. Kano, I don't necessarily agree that it is the largest local state. I don't necessarily agree because a census has not been conducted for nearly 20 years in Nigeria. Now, but the fact is, census or no census, the fact is the state of Kano has 44 local government area. So if Kano has 44 local government areas and you are creating 100,000 jobs in each local government, it means that you are creating 4,400,000 jobs in Kano State. 100,000 jobs in 44 local government areas in Kano State is 4,400,000 jobs. If you're going to pay 4,400,000 persons 20,000 naira each in Kano State, it means that Kano State is going to be paid for that month, for 1 month, 88 million. 88 million. So for the 3 months of 88 million, I must calculate this so that I get it right. Okay, so 88 88 million times 3 equals 264 million. 264 million is what Kano is going to get in 3. We will calculate how many. So we're going to Kano State is going to get 264 million naira for the whole of the 3 months. So now let us move to Rivers State. Rivers State has 23 local government area. Rivers State, 100,000 jobs times 23 local government is 2,300,000 persons is going to be employed. Now, if you pay these 2,300,000 people 20,000 per month, then you're going to get 46 million. This 46 million, if you times it by the 3 months, you're getting 138 million naira for 3 months for the people of Rivers State. Now, bear in mind that the people of Rivers State are they have oil revenue that they are producing, and it goes to federal government. So now, Kano State that does not produce this oil that the revenue is derived from, that Kano is getting 364 million for 3 months, Rivers State is only going to get 46 million per month, and that 46 million per month of 3 months, it comes to 138 million. So basically, Kano is getting twice as much as Rivers State that is producing. So now, if you move that forward to Bayelsa State, Bayelsa State is getting 100,000 by 8 states, by 8 local governments, 100,000 jobs by 8 local governments. They are going to employ 16 million. I mean, the 100 people by 8 LGAs is 800,000 persons, not even up to 1 million persons in Bayelsa. And Bayelsa is producing almost a third of the total revenue that is coming from the oil. And it is only getting a slot for 800,000 persons. It's not up to even 1 million. And that is 16 million per month. That's 16 million per month. If you divide it, if you times it, if you get 16 million per month, and then you times it by 3, it is only 48 million that Bayelsa is going to get. Now we go to Akwa Ibom. In Akwa Ibom, they have 31 local government areas. So if you times that by 100,000, you get 3,100,000 and employment. If you now times that by the amount per month of 20K, it is 62 million that Akwa Ibom is going to get. So if you times 62 million by 3 months, Akwa Ibom is going to get 186 million. Again, Kano is getting twice what Akwa Ibom is going to get. So basically, Kano is going to get for 3 months 264 million. Bayelsa State is going to get 2 million. Oh gosh, 16 million per month. Yes, this calculator is dealing with me. Anyway, so I think we have gotten the picture. What I am talking about is the injustice. What I'm talking about is the injustice of it all. And some years ago, I wrote a paper that I titled "The Injustice of Revenue Sharing." And it shows very clearly that the oil producing states are getting less. The oil producing states are getting less than the states that are not producing oil. So this becomes very offensive. There is no other word to use than to say that it is offensive. Now, that is one case. The second case of this is where the members of the National Assembly are insisting that the labor, the Ministry of Labor, according to the argument of Festus Keyamo, the Ministry of Labor and should allow them an inroad and input into how these jobs are going to be created and who is going to be in charge of the job creation. Well, that one is for them to argue. Now, the other thing I want to raise on this is that I am horrified to see yesterday that the Minister of Labour, Dr. Ngige, had actually gone to the National Assembly, to the National Assembly President, to go and apologize over the issue of what has happened. Now, this is where our people that are supposed to represent us are playing politics, their own politics, with our situation and circumstances, and with basically the rights and the lives of our people. Because I see no reason, it's not a personal affair. The ministers, any minister, is appointed not to serve the National Assembly, but to work with the National Assembly members, to work with them on behalf and in the interest of the people that have voted the members of the National Assembly into the National Assembly. Now, the reason why the senators are arguing that they must have a say, in my analysis, if you remember, they are supposed to, there are things that they say that they are supposed to bring to us in terms of what is the members are supposed to bring all the way down to their local government areas where their constituencies are and their constituents are. They're supposed to bring down whatever they call it, palliatives or things to come from the federal government. That there is still nothing to show. A few of them have something to show, but generally nothing to show for these things that this money collect in the name of local, what they are taking to their constituents. So when opportunities like this come up, they jump on it so that they can also have a say, so that they can put their children, their family members, and leave out the people that actually do need. If not, why, what on earth will make a senator to say that he must have a say in who gets those jobs? It means he wants to select his own persons in his constituencies. And so if he's a senator and how many people come under his constituencies, he is now going to pick these jobs and give them to his own persons and leave out the real people that these things are meant for. They are not meant for the boys of politicians. They are not. They are meant for the members of the local government that actually live in those local government areas. Not like, for instance, in River State, they are not meant for boys of ministers or boys of senators in those local government areas. They are meant for the people that do live in those local men and women that live in those local government areas. For instance, in our places, fishermen that can't fish anymore, farmers that cannot farm anymore because federal government and their partners in oil, their partners in crime, as far as I'm concerned, have devastated our environment. So our people do not have their local way of sustaining themselves. Now, when money, so-called money and jobs are being created, as they say, for our people, you will see again that this money does not come down to what they describe as the South, what I know as the Niger Delta area or South political zone. But whatever it is, it's still, whether it is for farming, whether it is aid from UNICEF, from anywhere, it stays in the north. And so this, even during this COVID-19, we saw clearly what the Minister of Poverty or whatever she is have done, insisting that she is paying money to everybody, and yet we know very clearly that that is not the case. So these are things that our people, the electorate, should be aware of. The electorate should insist. You and I should insist. I'm not looking for that job for myself, but it should go to all the 23 local government areas in Rivers State. It should go to Akwa Ibom, and let the people who are going to be picked be people who are actually, one, from that local government area, and two, that they actually live in that local government, because the jobs are meant to be on ground in the local government, not just that you're living in Port Harcourt and then you are you get a slot for Akukutoro, for instance, or Asalga or Nelga, for instance, and you're living in Port Harcourt. The job is meant for the local government. So if you are not living there, then really and truly, it is not fair to give it to somebody who is not from that local government, or who does not actually is not living on ground in that local government. So now, what I'm therefore saying is that, one, the National Assembly, they may be insisting that they should have a say, but I believe that the National Assembly should not have a say. If they want to know how the money is spent and all of that, fine. How the job is going to be picked, fine. But for them to be insisting that if it is part of their oversight or responsibility or whatever, I do not believe so. But on the other hand, people like Dr. Ngige and Festus Kiamo, who is from the Niger Delta area, Ngige, who is from the southeast, it serves them right. It serves them right in the sense that this is where they shoot themselves in the foot, because they are actually not doing the right thing all the way down. Yes, they have said, Kiamo has said that it is within his area of authority to do what he's doing, but the National Assembly have been left to run riot over so many things that this is the first time I'm seeing someone stand up to the National Assembly members, whether it is right or it is, and see how they end up. So that's one.